Alright, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good one. It is Wednesday, and we are continuing Dragon Quest II HD-2D. We finished Builders a couple weeks back, and we started this last week. We got to see that we have a lot more depth of character for both our world and our main heroes. You know, there's the bits that were there, the Prince of Cannock being kind of flighty and, I think, feather-brained. Us trying to find the Prince of Midnall being, this, what's the word I'm looking for? Prodigy of combat. See, because you have only attacks in your original game. But we also added not only our new friend, who was there in the original but is expanded, was in our party for a bit, Matilda there, the Princess of Cannock, but as we saw at the end of last time, we've added even further adventures. We're going to be right here at Cannock, I believe. Yeah. But our current goal, as it were, is we need to find the bottomless pot. And if you're familiar with the HD-2D games, or these games in general, the bottomless pot is an item we used in Dragon Quest III to drain the water from a shrine so that we could get a key from memory. And so we have, like, both a greater continuity from Erdrick to here, and the Scions of Erdrick, but an additional reason for us to head to this cave, anyway. So, we also have a ticket and 6 mini-medals. But yeah, so, Slyo and Carl, out on adventures at the moment. Matilda should be right up here. Ah. Matilda back in dress rather than traveling gear. She's so tiny. Alright. But the princes are on a journey. The main thrust of our quest, as it were, is that we've been told by the dying breath of a guard that Moonbrooke has been attacked by Hargon's forces. Moonbrooke being about dead center there, above the snowy mountains. So we are, yeah, as you can see up top, find out what happened to Moonbrooke. We gotta go find out, like, not only, like, yeah, of course this happened, but we need to, like, assess how bad is this? Is everyone dead? Is the entire castle gone? Is there, what, is it more than just the castle itself? Are there any survivors? We got questions, so we got travel. So, we need to head through this shrine, Gwaelin's Passage, but we also, in order to get through there, we're going to need to go into this lake cave. Yeah, so I thought, yeah, I've been really enjoying this so far. Both, like, I've come to really like our, like, HD-2D trappings and, have I done the, man, Drakeys. Oh, I can put you back on, Fight Wisely, probably. We got this new whip. We don't have any sort of, I don't know if I've been to this place or not. We'll find out very quickly, right? Okay, we have. Yeah, we got it. We don't know how many treasures there are in an area, so, like, that's sort of a pain where it's like, I've been here, but until we have, you know, the look for treasure ability, like, we don't know if, like, 2 is actually the end of it, or if there's, like, a third bonus one, either look for treasure or, the sniff would tell us that in a much better way, right? So... yeah, like, is there something, like, secretly around this rock? Who could say? It does mean that once we get that ability, I do kind of want to go back to these and make another loop. We'll see, though. But yeah, howdy. Hope you're all having a good one today.
Sis.
It's Quen's Day. I'm always having a good one on Quen's Day. Accelerate. Accelerate. The accelerate. I'm basically always looking forward to playing these on Wednesday. I was talking about it a little bit in response to a thread that Newbie had posted a few days back. But, like, this is something that I could and definitely have in the past with other games done, like, a more active, like, streaming schedule for these, where, like, maybe, like, doing things twice a week, or, bits like that. I think Xenoblade is one I recall doing that for, where, like, Xenoblade was long enough that it wanted that, but also just, like, doing, like, 2 streams. I'm just looking for heal here. But, like, it's south. I think Berseria and Arise were that way as well. I know Arise was. I don't remember. Berseria, I think, kind of was a little... oh, more army ants. Well, luckily for us. But, like, it's something that I like to keep... I like to keep kind of consistent to, like, a day a week and once a week, so that, like, folks are able to, like, oh, you know, if I missed it, I can go back. Oh yeah, exactly what you said, wasn't. Getting caught up with missed last week and got me thinking we're still a few months out. Eventually we'll hit 8. Most important life lessons: don't throw things in the fall water. We will soon hit 8, I am certain. Right now, the things that stand between us and 8 are 2 HD, Builders 2, and Withered World. Seem to remember a Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. Trying to think of one I would have done thrice a week. But, like, I like to do things a lot more just with the twice, or sorry, with the once a week. Doing any... oh, that paralysis carried over. Let's get the Waspians out of here. Oh, okay. I'm fairly confident on the timeline that, like, 8 would be, like, depending on where Builders 2 and Withered World go, like, mid-27. I know that, like, again, these take much longer because I do them once a week, but I think that cadence also is a lot better, both for playing them and for watching them. It's a lot of, like, you know, literally, you know, wasn't you jumping in here and saying, like, yeah, I missed last week, but it's something that you could, the fight, ooh, Slyo Snack to start the day. You can catch up because it's just one this week, you know, so. Okay, 2 luck. Oh, I'm also holding a seed of life. Nice! 5 whole Slyo snack points. Can I do this one? This is a little, like, funny for me, because, it's like, we went through these last time when we walked over to here, but we were, because we were kind of wandering. I'm not certain if we hit all of these. Goodies. There goes the Dairy Queen quest. Hello? I must not have come here then. No! I did come here. What did I miss? I missed slime! Yeah, I put Carl on auto because I found it kind of funny. Carl started on auto, and so I turned Carl back onto it after we... like, we can swap Carl off if we want. We can just go to follow orders, but... Alright, we don't have any accessories yet. Slime earrings are adorable earrings. Of course they are. We get some cool slime earrings. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give Carl the slime earrings so that things, So I came here and missed that? Again, that's the sort of thing that, like, I would want to have. I guess I'm happy that I had forgotten I came here. How many slimes are there across Dragon Quests? Triple digit? I think you can, like, I think you can get to triple digit when you, like, have, like, Monsters games helping you out. Because Monsters, like... I'm thinking, like, Dark Prince had, like, 70 in each family, maybe a little more. But also Dark Prince wasn't fully exhaustive across, like, games like Joker, Joker 2, Joker 3. So... So, a lot. I want to say triple digit. New slimes every time we turn the game on, that's true. We are... Wow, we're still a ways off of a level, huh? Alright, but we need to go into this cave. Fish up more slimes, that's true. We were doing good at fishing up slimes in builders. So far in this game, I think we... Oh, that's bad. Oh. $64 slimes in Dark Prince. Okay, that fits with the estimated number in my head, which was 70, and that number came to me based on, like, basically taking how many monsters I remembered and dividing it into the families. So, we were just here, and Carl is quite distraught. Yeah, like, we already knew that Moonbrooke was attacked, but, like, this is a lot more than what happened in our previous versions, where, like, Moonbrooke was assailed and we go to catch it. This is like there's still actively problems. Guards out at the lake. Give the buffs and debuffs entries a gander if you fancy learning more. There's no reply. It's just a corpse. Well, I was wondering if we were gonna have to come here and then, like, zoom back to the castle and then back, based on getting permission to enter, but without guards, we no longer need that, so... Okay. They hit pretty hefty. We got our whip, though, so, like, we square up nicely. You know why the other reason I would say 100 slimes? Thinking about Rocket Slime and how many slimes live over in the slime village, you know? Okay, got our Chimera Wing. Yeah, the Droll's giving 30 plus experience. Multi, okay. It's in the shades. Means that, like, we can hit our level, which was about 100 off, a lot sooner. That thing is much more hefty. Okay, off the table, please. You know how to use medicinal herb on auto? That's incredible. Like, we've seen that you know how to use stave on auto, but I didn't expect... Hey, just keep giving me the Slyo snacks. I will take all the Slyo snacks, thank you very much. $41 luck, alright. Well, keep on keeping on here. One Droll. That's a cute animated slime there, Spruce. Alright, what's our goodie here? A feathered cap. I think that's what we have equipped. Yes. And sadly is not equipable by Slyo. Only Carl can buy that, so... Okay. And then we go check down here. We gotta be, again, the fact that mini medals, the fact that scrolls, the fact that Slyo snacks, there's so many possible things we can get that, like, it's very important for us to go and check for all these goodies. You know, we find 10 gold and a medicine herb sometimes, but it's not the only style of goodie in the world. You know, like a boomerang. Okay, okay. Can you wield? Yes. Okay. So we already have Slyo. Slyo can't wield the boomerang either. That's perfect. Wow, way to make my point for me. Yeah, it's a little weaker. Obviously, you can see 65 on this Thorn Whip versus the 44. But, like, that's still... We're running into big groups. So... I think we also are 30 and 51. Okay. I didn't go, like, zoom away and zoom back out of here to, like, heal, because we're gonna hit a level. Yeah, see, look at that. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay, 18. I think that's the next fight will be a level for Slyo. Bunny. Not enough to kill Bunny. Ooh, and more wiggling. What do you feed a slime? And there's our level for Slyo. Slyo 10, we've moved past Slyo 9. Broke triple digits on health? I'm sorry, look at that strength jump. That's like near 20% strength, right? Like, well, yeah, near 20%, like 9 on that. Poof, Most monsters are vulnerable to something. Hit them with fire, yeah. And we also get the little glowy, which is I really like the glowy. A bum 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 bum. But the thing I was thinking with slimes is that, like, one of the things we know about slimes is that the way bubble slimes exist, or babbles, is if a slime, like, takes in too much water. If you have a slime either who hangs out in a very wet area, maybe even the cave like this, like we saw Babbles over by the temple that we were the bathhouse temple that we were trying to find Carl by. If they get too wet, if they're too humid, they lose cohesion. Alright, there's Carlton. That's nice. Again, MP and HP are keeping up almost like in sync with Carl. We have a sizable amount of strength on that one. 5 is very good. I get it. Buying the chain sickle was not worth it. I understand. Wild slimes subsist on leaf litter, decaying wood, insects, small corpses, like nature's vacuum cleaners. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Here I am, like, thinking about timing out my level to full heal myself because, like, you know, there's probably some sort of battle down here. And then it's like, yeah, about that. Okay. Take Carl off of that. Ooh, that's good. Mostly with the shadows themselves, so. Bonk. Ooh, here's a $9. Okay, and then I think we have one little goodies. Oh, treasure. Okay. What do we got here? Okay. We're at a point where, like, we don't have a lot of these vial of magic waters, so, like, getting more of them is quite useful. Okay. Very nice to be able to get that down. I'm imagining, like, if you put a slime in, like, a pile of leaves in like, the fall, and, like, I always think that would be, like, a pretty direct effect on, like, slime coloration. Like, slime diet affecting slime coloration. Yeah. Strong medicine, okay. A dragon scale. Dragon scale being the classics of Dragon Quest accessory available in Dragon Quest 1. Take a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up inventories, and then we're gonna hand out the strong medicines. And a couple medicine herbs. like, I also think that, like, slimes like to, like, change coloration if they feel like it. You can just sort of, like, go find, you know, like if blue slime decides to be orange slime, red slime, green slime, like, swapping colors is ooh, ant gobbler. Sure, free herb. Is an easy action for a slime to want to take. Yeah, slime coloration is a version of gender, and they also change that. Yeah, you get it. Like, I would equate it, like, in functionality, like hair dye. In as far as, like, ease of change, but also the way that that can shift over time. You know, a slime might gray or like like the idea of an older slime having a maybe more translucent color palette rather than like a darker blue, a lighter blue if like they just let themselves be like that, which is an active choice. Can be. Like, and some slimes might not even care. That's what you just... all different ideas. Oh, that, ooh, there's some buddies up here along with some treasure. Okay. Well... ooh, mention of a sigil this early? Okay. Oh. We didn't find one, but we bring them up. Okay, that's nice. One of the things I talked about with Dragon Quest II is that, like, the sigils are a thing that gets brought up kind of at the halfway point for us to have, like, a going around the world and finding goodies quest. And Dragon Quest I HD-2D has done a lot to build that up more with the way that we crafted them with the Fae out of these, like, elemental, strong ingredients with a specific focus. And so getting them called out earlier here, too, lets them be more important. Oh, Carl tried to put on a brave face after seeing the guards. Ah. Here we have a couple foes that, clearly were not included in previous Dragon Quests, thanks to Uri Geller. It is only a recent invention of us being able to have our good friend Abra and Kadabra back on the table. Carl is very unhappy about this. Alright, so what do we got? We've got... ooh, we can give you a Tiger Knee. That's probably a good choice, if I have it. And then... oh, we actually have high damage on... okay, so we can try to take down Abra. Oh, that's high damage. Okay. The other thing we can do is that I do have some spells. Okay, we have high damage as well on Kadabra. I do have buff if I want to, like, raise defense. I'm gonna stay on the offense. The damage out of them was about 15. So that's almost 130. Oh, but they do have Sizz. Okay, that is a little more. Wow, Abra's almost dead, huh? Hold on. If I can remove a foe, I will remove a foe. Like... Okay. We'll go Helm Splitter, and then we'll heal up. Yeah, drop your defense. We gotta deal with Sizz. Oh boy. This is probably a fine time to break out a strong medicine. Oh, you've got healed. Okay. Let's hit you with crack. You're weak to that. 40s. Okay. Oh, big crits. But yeah, we have Kadabra TCG cards these days for the last few years, seeing as that got resolved. Goodbye, Kadabra. You probably should have brought Alex.
We are victorious.
A child one day once woke up to be a Kadabra. Okay. That went cleanly. I mean, we went down to like 20 health. Yeah. Oh. is a good bonding moment for our princes, too. Spoke of sigils. Alright. Let's see all. Ooh. Okay. We have a reason to return to this place. Okay. Keep the future treats in mind. I don't need to cast those. How are we looking actually on 157? Yeah, more treats related. We don't have Zoom as a cast yet, so we do need to use a Chimera Wing. Yeah, the Wellspring of the Hero is the bats I was talking about. Alright, so let's head to Gwalen Gate. We could head back to Cannock here, but I'm gonna head forward instead. I'm thinking about... Okay. Zoom directly in. I wasn't sure if this was gonna get an animation, but this game's been very good about having like fun animations and bits for what's going on here, so yeah, I like, so that entire piece I think does some really good stuff. It lets us give us a little bit more time with Cannock. It's small, you know, obviously Cannock is gonna feel bad about his the guards, you know, of his family's town dying out in the woods somewhere to some jerks, but also like getting to see, you know, okay, us two on a little bit more of an adventure. We tie it back to Dragon Quest III with the pot, and we get to mention sigils very early, and imply that they're a very important piece for Hargon in some way. So. Yeah, a moment for the Canog guards also like, well, the era of peace is over. Yeah, like, the threat of Hargon in 2 is really just Moonbrooke gets attacked, but this is like the third immediate thing where it's like, oh, we are continuing to have problems. But I like getting any more bits of character for our characters, you know? It's a important piece in a game which previously only really had like either informed characterization by talking to other folks or like by actions, or by like, what's the way I'd put it? The characterization of the Prince of Cannock, the Prince of Middenhall, and the Princess of Moonbrooke is like a lot more of like a construct around how they play or around pieces of their of them in game that aren't like Cannock being very dead a lot of the times in combat is something that gets brought up a lot about, like, you know, the way that he plays. I think about Moonbrooke as a dog and extending that, or Middenhall only being able to attack, having no other actions, and like extending that. But here we see like a little bit more. Again, it's very small. I'm drawing a. I'm pulling a lot from a little with like the way that Carl was like just a little bit like, hey, you fiends, like a little scared to poison and defense, sure, to engage them, but was absolutely going to. So, fat rat, fat rat, fat rat. That's also, like, expanding on, you know, the existing characterization, but it is more of an existing bit rather than, like... pulling at the edges. If that makes sense. Ooh, actually, it looks like there's a barrel here. Bum, 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 bum! What's that put us at? 8. We're doing good. Okay, there's also an opposite cave? What's that all about? Okay. Well. Ooh, Kasap. Hopefully we get rid of the droll. Fat rat. That is all not to say that the previous characterizations are faults, but just rather there's very little to work with, so you stretch what you have, right? Like, how many times did we see Carl on the ground in our previous playthrough? Because, like, in here we have, like, more actively, like, yes, Middenhall is an expert with a blade, but it comes through with more of these abilities as well than just, like, sort of a mindless attacking. Where are we? Wayland's Gate Island. Oh, this is where barrels come from. Shell shield. Is that an upgrade? Shell armor. That is an upgrade. Lacks in style, makes up for in solidarity. No. Slyo snack hidden out here. Single lizard out on Gwaelin's Island. Huh. Okay. Turtle ship. What's out here? Oh, some wizards.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Hey, level 11. That's another 8 strength. Happy Wednesday. That's great. And Carl 11 too. Big wizard. 5 strength. Good upgrade. Again, keeping that HP MP split within 10 there. Solid level. I mean, so to talk about the aspects of a hero, we actually bring this up in text in this game, where the different descendants, the scions of Erdrick, all have taken pieces of Erdrick's mantle and extended them greater unto their family. We know Carl is a hero because Carl is a Carl is a scion of Erdrick, and having Zap makes us more so that. It wouldn't surprise me if Middenhall gets Giga Slash late in this game, also as a scion of Erdrick. You know, different signs of the hero. Rather than all of them on one, the scions get to split them. We talk about that with Erdrick, both Dragon Quest 1 and Dragon Quest 3 Erdrick, were heroes who weren't just jack of all trades, but masters of all trades, effectively. But not masters of all trades. That's a different, and that's not a jack. That's a different jack. Oh, more rats. But the Decelerate. Uh-oh. More rats. Yeah, the master of all trades, but not the master of all trades, but not the master of all trades. But we talk about Moonbrooke as and we saw Moonbrooke as a place of sorceric. That's not a word. Learning, scholars from around the world show up here to learn all these cool spells. We saw how powerful Moonbrooke's father was as a mage. Even in his old age, he was still just Cobra King. He was still throwing out around explodits and swooshes. Random thought, each hero has a parent that's a scion of Erdrick. All the kings want to quit their job, make an alternate take where the kings decide to do the adventure. You could even, similarly set up... Ooh, Droll Drone with a drop. King's Quest. Mm-hmm. Luckily, nobody's taken that name before, so I think we're fine. Okay, this place is a little beat. Worse for wear. So we want to head south. You can see that there's this small town. This town was one of our main base of operations when we were playing Caravan. So we'll be excited to explore that. And then we have Moonbrooke here. We have this gate to the west. We also have this tower over here. And some other pieces around. There's another settlement right here. Right? Huh. We have new things to look out at as well, so... Like, this map has a lot of the same pieces, I recall, our port town up here. But there's also, like, we've seen new things, so it's an interesting mix and match. Or maybe more, a... Hello, buddy! Centipede. So Zap is single enemy. Let's get these out of here. When you mention the kings going off on their own quest, I do think of Final Fantasy V, where most of our previous rulers are involved with the fight with Exdeath as well. Zezat and Galoof and Tycoon. My first clothes. Oh no! Somebody died out here with a... You died with gambling tickets in your pocket. I wonder if we'll find an outlet for those. Ooh, going for the buff, huh? I don't know if that's enough. It is funny, like, with how media over... I'd say, like, it is a lot more... Oh, hang on. This has got to be a little secret spot. Drakmage. Drakmage! They have very cute bites, and they are green. Carl! Okay. Okay, it's fine. Carl took some hits. I love the look of these. You're absolutely right on just like how cool and great these look. Hey, buddy. South and east, you come across a peculiar mage. Not but scrolls. Okay. More tickets. True. 3, not only did 3 have gorgeous pixel art, but like, I remember when we played through 3, I had planned on playing through 3, I was looking at the NES, I was looking at the Game Boy, and it's like, we should play through these. And I ended up playing through it on, like we ended up, like, looking at SNES as well, and seeing just how gorgeous the SNES stuff looked, too. It was just... Okay. Ah! Slyo snack. Is that for Slyo? These are for Slyos. Yeah, MP. MP is for Slyos. We gotta offset that very low amount. Okay, so south and east is a mage who talks a lot about scrolls. Corporal Corpse. I mean, Scissor.
Sis!
Think that's better than Boomerang? Yeah. Ooh. Or you've been playing, you have all seeds except defense and HP, which all go to the healer. We've talked about... Okay, it looks like there's like a way through these mountains here, but there just isn't, right? Like... That's a trick of the shadows. Oh, what we got here? Feather cap. Propeller blade scroll. Well, can be learned and can't be learned. As I've said before with the scrolls we're using, I'm not, until we actually are at the point where we're presented with choices, I'm not gonna like wait and be like, oh, what if somebody else can learn it later? We're just gonna roll. Propeller blade is our windy hit. Rough is very charming. I love that the scroll animations have their own like language that comes up for the name of what you're learning. Okay. But yeah, 9 will, you know, it's funny. I've talked about this a number of times, but it keeps coming up. The catalyst for Dragon Quest Wednesday is a game that's going to take an eternity to get to. It's Zito's Dragon Quest, right? The original reason that I started doing Dragon Quest Wednesday was Dragon Quest Treasures came out. And I was like super like, oh, like this looks really fun. I want to play this. But it looks like, okay, these are characters from 11. Before I do that, I want to play 11. And like, it's like, okay, well, I own 11. I've played a little bit of 11. I've played like a couple hours of 11. And I was like, well, before I play 11, I kind of want to like replay like 3, and wanting to replay 3 wanted me to play 1 and 2. And I thought, oh, that would make a fun stream thing. Specifically just 1, 2, and 3. Like, if you look at, like, any of, like, me posting about early Quens days, I'm like, or, like, even when I'm talking about them on stream, like, I'm very much like, oh, yes, you know, we're only doing 1, 2, 3 here. This isn't, like, a full commitment to the rest of these. Players play a Dragon Quest subgame using the libraries as decks. Anyway, that commitment is just all of them, okay? It's fine. I am scared for Carl's life here. Please stop. Okay. Okay, good crit. And a Kasab. But, like, it became very clear very quickly as I played 1, 2, and 3 that, like, doing this was something I was just having way too much fun with, and was a great reason for me to continue playing them with games I had never touched, 4 through 6, a lot of these side games. Like, Rocket Slime is a game that lives in, like, my top 3 video games of all time slot. Like, just flat. Anyway, well, we're gonna just check around Moonahan, which, that's like, it being a part of Moonbrooke Kingdom makes that, like, a fitting name. Like, it's this village on the edge of Moonbrooke. But yeah. So, this entire thing started with, like, oh, I want to play Treasures. That was the catalyst, and I have my little slime plush that came with Treasures. Because I bought Treasures. Treasures was $20 off, but you could pay $20 and get a slime. So, like, they gave me a free slime, right? They gave me $20 off, and then you could buy at $20. Anyway, looking at Rivals, Dragon Quest Hearthstone, bring up cards. There's so many later Dragon Quest spoilers in the cards. The only game that, like, at this point, like, I don't have knowledge of for future on the main line is just 11. Like, I've played through 8 in the past, way in the past, like, on release. I don't know if I finished 8 now that I talk about it, but I played a lot of it. Like, that was on PS2, because that one came with, like, a Final Fantasy 12 demo disc. And, like... two of them. We can deal with 2 of them. But I also, like, my knowledge about 10 is pretty loose. 8 was your first Dragon Quest since 1 because of the 12 demo. Yeah, like, that was an era where that was, like, a very functional thing to do. I remember Dragon Quest 8 came with a 12 demo disc, and the other one that comes to mind is the Zone of the Enders release, which came with the Metal Gear Solid 2 Tanker Mission demo disc. Anyway, welcome to Moonahan. We got some friends. We got some shops. We got some small, outdoor, maybe grave up there, you know? Brave Fencer Musashi, including an FF8 demo disc. Oh, hey. So this is the Gwaelin's heart glowing, telling us that someone is here. Or as you played them, 1 and 2 Game Boy, 3 Game Boy, 8, 9, 4, and 6. Before I started doing Dragon Quest Wednesdays, I have my copies of 1, 2, and 3 on Game Boy. Though I played 1 on NES as well. I played 7 and 8, and more importantly, I played Monsters. Monsters was, like, defining to me. Hi, my name's Slyo. It could be for any reason. The reason is there's a slime in Dragon Quest Monsters named Slyo. That's the any reason. Torque of Truth. Is that like confuse? Bedazzle. Okay. Let's swap these. Slyo can have this. Another demo disc I remember playing, God, what did this come with? There was a GameCube demo disc that had WarioWare. Like, I know I said GameCube, and I say WarioWare, but I mean, like, Game Boy Advance, you use the, like, connector for the Game Boy Advance into the GameCube, and you got to play WarioWare. But it also had, like, a Beautiful Joe demo. I remember playing that. I remember getting a copy of, like, PC Magazine that had, like, a demo disc, but the demo disc just came with a full copy of Deus Ex. Oh, the soldiers in town do not know what's happened to Moonbrooke. Just that they haven't heard from the place in a little while. Okay. Its own great treasure. So again, this is nice to do more linking up. Obviously, 2 had Rosmere. But, like, to call them all, like, these ancient treasures of Erdrick. Yeah, 3 also had Rosmir. We used it to, like, reveal a troll who had taken over a kingdom. A settlement in the woods east of here, but it was raised by fiends? Oh. And the soldiers of Moonbrooke... Okay, they might not even be aware of Moonbrooke going down. This is like the soldiers at the gates. One of the reasons that I also like keeping these schedules, doing these Wednesday streams, Trails on Tuesday, Friday currently being where Tails lives, is that it gives me a place where I know I'm going to be playing a game for a few hours a week, so that, like, it can be a regular cadence for myself. Otherwise, it's very easy for me to just, like, either, like, play a thing a little too long, or completely forget about it. I don't know what that was I just got. Still that cat suit. Such luminaries here in the village. Anyway, dog time has begun. I'm gonna take a look at, like, dog angles. So, like, there's straight on dog. There's diagonal dog. I like diagonal dog. And this is yeah, like, the placement of this city is extremely crossroads, right? If you want to get up to Cannock or Middenhall, you have to go north through Gwaelin's Gate, which would be like, and it's very easy to get to Cannock that way. So, okay, no way through here. Little pup, most adorable and good-tempered, appeared in town recently. New dog. Oh. I see. Like, damn, I was out west guarding the gate, and it's like nobody came to relieve me. I'm so mad. And then you show up to dozens of corpses. And, like, did we must needs? Sorry, we did must needs. Oh. You know what? I'm glad to hear from this old man that the previous generation also were, like, great friends. A bump, 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 bump. 9? 9, okay. Obviously 10 has to be important, but we haven't found the way to drop them off yet, so... Over serious, but good people. Tuffy. Okay, the very respected king. Again, I love learning little bits talking to folks. All these tiny details about the world. It's the reason I talk to everyone. It's cute that the letters, like, disappear when we get too close. We should always do as we wish. Oh, tell me about this. The church did have the bank in it, yes. Okay, pay a visit to one of the world's tombola stands. Hand over a ticket chance to win prizes. Alright. So, our prizes are... Antidote Herb and for 4, Magic Water for 3, Dancer's Costume for 2, Edged Boomerang for 1, and for 1, and Ultimate is Gold Claws. Okay. Well, speed. That was bagged a file of magic water of 3rd class quality. I'll take that, that's nice. You don't get a 10 pull. Doing a 10 pull does not get you, like an 11, right? We also could, like, assumedly, if you wanted, you could just go save in the church and then do this, but... Then the God of Luck smites the stand. So we don't want to do that. This isn't Jade Empire, that doesn't happen here. I'm completely fine turning these tickets into vials of magic water. Like, those are a thing we don't have a sizable amount of, and they're helpful. I'd love to get the Dancer's Cloak out of this, but... Alright, one more go for the Dancer's costume. See, the trick is... 10 pulls gives you Gilgamesh Burst. Anyway, the trick is to not ask too greedily or too deep. If we were to ask for the golden claws, then we would receive nothing. But if we asked for just the dancer's clothes, well, then we have those. We also can't use those. Okay, well, we received them. We can't give this to Carl or Slyo? That's so sad. Infinitely stymied by gender. Alright, let's go check out, Everybody down here? No, okay. Let's check out the shop. Journey westward and reach a port town. We know about that. Ooh, alright. Grinder bravery like Twooey. That was a game I did not play more than, like, I had a copy that, like, a friend borrowed to me, but, like, I never really started it. I feel bad because, like, from the like, reputation it has and the bits I've seen outside of Truly of it, it looks so cool. Wow, that's a big broadsword. Okay. Bronze shield, we could probably buy one of those. That would replace Slyo's shield. And a stone hard hat. Armor is also a big one, too. Slimes are never stymied by gender, that's true. Okay, we can get, like, a few goodies here. I I think I can get one of each of the top end, right? We can also sell off like 1,000 chain sickles, so... Which I'm gonna do, I don't want to see these. Alright, so bronze shield. Yes, and that'll be Slyo shield, equip. We'll get a stone hard hat. This will be Carl's hard hat. And then we'll get a bronze armor, which will also... That'll be Slyo's armor. It's a bigger upgrade. That's the idea I'm going with, is whoever gets the biggest upgrade off these. Okay. That still leaves us with about $500 for walking around or checking, like, this shop. For a hood, which can't be equipped. We gotta buy some, just a couple. It's hilarious because I bought one and then was handed two. And only one character could use it, so it's just like, okay. Alright, let's go spend our one tombola ticket. I wonder if we'll see, like, stalls later with different prizes? Or if this will be the stalls throughout, or, like, maybe it'll upgrade all of them once we hit certain thresholds in the game. I guess we'll see. Yeah, there's our antidote. Okay. Quick stop at the church. Yeah, the church has the bank. So we will confess here, but we will also keep going. We're not even halfway through tonight. I want to get the princess into our party tonight. That's something I'm after. I think, like, unless something has changed on that, which it could, very well could have. We saw something very different on the way here with an addition. But, like, we should be able to do that because we've already been told about the components for it. So. Alright. Let's go add Dog to our party one more time. Once she's there. We can roll out. Yeah. Alright. No dog. So we can take that north path around all the way down and over this tower and such, but that's actually not where I want to go quite yet. That'll be a place for us to go later. You can see that if we cross this northern bridge, or don't cross this northern bridge, go north, cross the actual northern bridge, go along this shore, and then down and around, we reach this place in the center. But where I want to go first is Moonbrooke. And so we'll explore this area around here, not up north, but like this area with that ruined village. Sweep over here, check this north corner, head to Moonbrooke, and then there's this swamp over here. So that's the whole, that's our place, that's our walk for the day. So we want to check around as, ooh, okay. One of the big things is that, as we've talked about, there's so many items in the world and things that are going to be, like, really great finds. Just getting, like, Propeller Blade as an attack, or skills, or Slyo Snacks, are all heavy advantages. And so we want to do a lot of exploring. And even not for that reason. I want to do a lot of exploring because I love going around and finding new places and getting to talk to folks. Don't hit me with that, please. We've got a lot better defense than we did coming into town. it's really nice to have, like, I already want to explore everywhere, but to have, like, you see that glowy over there? Like, that's something we're gonna go grab when I make a loop around to this, like, this way and up and around. And it draws me to a new area, as well as giving me, like, a reason to have gone, like... Ooh, apes. Bad boon. I don't know, it's an extension on the, like... Players are going to take the actions that are most efficient or, like pay off the best, so try to make those fun. And, like, if you make the player want to explore, then the exploring becomes the fun thing to do. I might have, like... That might be chicken and the egg the wrong way around, but the idea is the same there, where it's the, like... The fact that there are all these goodies makes me want to go around and explore, and the act of exploring is a fun thing because there's all these goodies. So the one hand washes the other. Especially in a game that's a lot about talking to folks and exploring. Yes, we have, like, in the more modern version here, even, like, I just committed that to memory. On the map, we can turn on, like, what our objectives are and give us a little marker to go a place. But, like, I'd rather go explore the world more naturally anyway. Especially because it's like, oh, I kind of know the shape of what we're doing. I know we're going to Moonbrooke. I know we're finding Rosmere. But, like, we've shown that we might change things up on that. So. And here's this deserted village that got mentioned earlier. Well. We've got a lot of these candles, more memorials to the place, locked doors. But another piece of Hargon's pressure on the world. We did a lot of that in... Is that better? I think I have Thorn Whip, actually, right? Like, that's an upgrade. That's usable. Ooh. Carl can't use Thorn Whip, but could use Chain Whip. Interesting. We did a lot of this in 1 HD-2D as well, which I think was a strength of the game, where we had a lot more of, like, showing the influence that the Dragon Lord had on the world. The fact that the fairy village got attacked actively, and the kidnapping of the... I'm gonna say bishop, but it's not, like, the bishop's kid. Like, we continue to see more of that. Like... Okay, so we got to see this a little easier from over there, too. Holy water. Poison moth knife! Ooh, and 3 tombola tickets. Poison moth knife, no, okay, we can use it over here. Yeah. That's paralysis knife. I'm gonna keep the whip, because the... 33. But like I said, I've talked about it before, where like the empty space is something in a game that is also like beneficial to keep not empty, but not empty space, but like implied space that like the player gets to fill out with their mind. Like that can also be its own very powerful tool. But I think we've done a good job of filling out the like, oh, these are like of filling out the space that is the threat that both Hargon and the Dragon Lord present. So. Okay, this looks like a place out here where we can... I don't assume this one. Yep. Sorry, we got a couple wizards and a Drakey over here, little buddy. Green Drakey's really cute, by the way. I really like green Drakey coloring. That's just a very cute Drakey. Drakey's already a very cute friend, but... I don't know, it's a nice green. But yeah, that Chain Whip also was a payoff for the exploration in a very good way. That's a weapon that basically is better than anything we could have bought for Carl. Okay. Carl just gets these, like, really solid around the, like just sort of down the line levels. 5 HP, 6 MP, almost get you. Ah, okay. Call the fight. Alright, we were literally one step from entering here. Alright. Some vials of holy water and Dazzle Be Nots. I like having resist Dazzle on Slyo. Okay. 3 items is probably everything here. Okay. If we head north, that's gonna bring us back around to town. We can quick make a stop there. Like, this just brings us, like, town is 10 steps west. We can go drop off some tickets and, deal with, be in a better position to head south. I love that our weapons are on here. Town and village. Town village. One at a time in Village Town. Alright, more waters. Yeah, like... Town is village? Town is village. Oh! What? You can get rarity upgrades on them? It is just a real gacha. You know, the oldest of it. That's cute. Okay, quick take a night here, and then we're gonna head south to Moonbrooke. I'm also gonna quick step away. I'll be right back. To Moonbrooke. Now we're on the road. We're on the road, we're on the way, we're on the road. So I got... Ooh, hello. Smog. Yeah, I'll give Smog the flying knee. Yeah, okay. That worked as I wanted. We had this as a really big piece of Dragon Quest 1, but, like, this has been across a lot of these games we played where, like, swapping our equipment out, in and out in combat is just that's another 9 strength. Okay. 10 health, 3 MP, 1 wisdom. Alright, so we want to stay south. The reason we want to stay south is, as I've said a lot of the times, gives us a better look for, like, goodies in the world. Tiger. Do you think Middenhall has to jump to a Tiger Knee? Ooh! My sticking to the south found me a place immediately. Okay, hello. Lands east belong to the royal family Moonbrooke. Knowest thou of scrolls? Okay. That's cool. So, like, because this is a magic kingdom, we have a much higher density of scrolls in the world. But not here, we just have nothing. The knowledge that some of these places can be empty is sad, but it makes me more, like, willing to just go when I'm kind of mashing my head against the walls. Yeah, we're fine. That's the thing, nobody knows about Hellfuck Castle. Like, Renderrock got brought up earlier. Which is like sort of... Ooh! Oh god. So, because we are to the south, we have easier eyes to see this. Dazzle me nots, and it is. Okay, some pocket pieces. And so here's a good reason to be swapping back to Chain Whip. Yeah. Yeah, and, like, that's something I kind of talked about earlier, where, like, aspects of the hero are split between these 3 kingdoms. The study of magic being such a big thing in Moonbrooke, and, like, the... keeping the history of these spells and skills alive as one of those aspects, right? Ooh, alright. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So our goodie bag here is leather armor. Oh, we found a warrior on the road. leather is beyond us, but... Again, sometimes these aren't here for us, they're for goodies, they're here for... Ooh, that's terrifying. Skeleton Scrapper. We'll take out the clouds first. Okay, oof. But talking about these as goodies, that isn't the only thing they can do. They can... We saw a lot of them in Dragon Quest III that were, like, telling a story about travelers. Maybe the hardships that happen on the road, or the way that the road is harsher these days, because you find more corpses of merchants who didn't make it because they don't have escorts anymore, or bits like that. Oh, big ant. Somnol ant. Alright. Get out of here. Gotta find the corpses of the other potential ones. But even just like, yeah, here's a little goodie that got you to go a little south, and it's the corpse of a warrior. Soul of a lost undead, right? It's another way of giving us 100 gold, but it tells a story. Slyo snack. Slyo snack. So we're holding on to that wisdom. Okay, +1. +1. And? +3. Alright. Yeah, you know, we can give you a wisdom. +1. They are all scions of Slyo, so they can all have a Slyo snack. This doesn't break the rule. Maybe I do give a stamina to the princess at some point. Slions, yeah. Okay. Nice crit. It's always very funny that the skeletons are ones with heal. Like, rather than, you know, taking damage from healing, they just have it as, like, a way to regrow bones or whatnot. Right, not what's happening, but, like, mentally it's what's happening. Alright, this looks like a place. Alright. Got some more clouds to take care of. Okay, they do hit hard. They do hit like I kind of expected they might.
Kill.
Also have great animations. We could do a lot more exploring going south, southwest than south and around, but I kind of want to just go to Moonbrooke. Because the quicker we get Moonbrooke in the party... Okay, this actually was a place, I just was one step away. Treasure? Locked? Oh, no! Put that in your copybooks, everybody. Locked treasure west of Moonbrooke. Okay. I think that's the second of these we've had. Skeletons heal remind you of Breath of Fire with Zombie Doctor, regular zombies. Where the Zombie Doctor casts group heal and just damages all the zombies. Okay. But yeah, we could go, like, down west into that desert, kind of around there, but I'm actually going to leave that off. So that we can get the princess in the party. Because then, with the princess in the party, we don't, like, slowly outgrow wherever she starts. Because Carl came into the party not at level 1, I will also assume that she won't come into the party at level 1 either. So. Alright. Ooh, look at that. That's Oh god, that castle's beautiful. But, like, being able to see it completely damaged here, too, is so saddening. You can see this play, like, all these cool stained glass structures and, like, the wizard tower and the forum. All these pieces of this completely devastated castle now.
Goddess, do you remember coming here when we were children? It was resplendent. Flowers as far as the eye could see. Shining marble from ceiling to floor. The Queen, so beautiful, before her untimely passing. Now all that remains is this. I never imagined for a moment that the devastation would be so extreme. This is too much. We can but pray that the king and the princess escaped in time. Come, let us explore further.
'Twas extremely our intent.
Your Majesty?
How so? My kingdom ruins.
Your Majesty, we are here.
No redemption. Evil such as this. Daughter, my beloved daughter, I beg of thee, live.
He was already gone. I did not know what it meant to die. For a kingdom to fall. To have everything that one holds dear taken. Why would anyone? What was that? Could there yet be survivors? Quick, let us hurry to the courtyard. The noise came from there.
Oh my god, the little rats. But like the bit there with Slyo like walking up and putting his hand on Carl's shoulders, just like, no, he's already passed. Like we don't like we Slyo are without speech, but not without character. Love you, low poly rat. I'm like, ooh, ancient treasures of the kingdom. Cannot yet have. But yeah, like this is devastation beyond what Carl has even imagined in life. Hey, a heal slime! Crunch. Maybe one hit a heal slime? Yeah. If you're a powerful enough wizard, you leave around a ghost, but there are a number of different ways to leave around a ghost. You don't have to be a powerful enough wizard. Like, that's not the only way to, like, leave around a ghost. Like, right here. You know. We'll head down south on the exit. Right now, we'll head up to these north rooms and then head, like, west side, around and down. So, like, you kind of see how this links up if we go down and around here. Actually, if we go down here, there might be a goodie in the... No, that's blocked off entirely. Okay. 3 armor. The knights with the copper sword of the king, of course. Ooh. Okay, there was a goodie down here, and there's some goodies down south, too. We'll head around and grab those again on the exit. I always associate copper sword as, like, a starting item. It's not the starting item, but it's, like, the first thing you can usually buy. Ooh, these things are tough. Oh, they're defending. Yeah, you can do that all you want. What was that? A bum 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 bum. Here we have more ghosts. Mimic. Undead Undoer. Ooh, that's the combat. Oh, we have our first choice. Aw. Interesting. Flame Slash. My thought process here is that this is probably for Slyo because Flame Slash usually overlaps on that, where like Flames, not all undead are weak to fire, but like between that and Zap, we have that, whereas we don't have that at all on Slyo. Slyo hits harder, but this hit lets Slyo hit like double harder. So we're gonna go Slyo on this one, is the thought. Again, another real prize for exploring, and also like from the like, we're not gonna be using it here in these fights either, because like against these big groups, I'd rather use the whip. Like this. So, but now I already found another scroll in the magic archives here, so. Okay, can we get around this way? A scholar's cap. And a holy link. I can't use that. You could use it, though. Okay, that is a divine lance. That's a better weapon than divine dagger. You can have that, but I want the chain whip on the normal. And then scholar cap. Wow, plus 20 on that. Popular with those who like to appear smarter than they actually are. Okay. And then we get to exit this side. And there's a goodie over here. Yeah, so like Undead Undoer, and then like equip Holy Lance. Attack this skeleton. The other thing that's important about, like, Undead Undoer is that, like, at some point when we get sigils and we get the ability to, upgrade attacks, we didn't just gain one attack, we gained 2 attacks there. Hold on, we have to... I'm actually going to use a holy water because I'm going to be doing a little bit of backtracking through here. So I think... There was a pot right here. And a Slyo snack. Yeah, Pearly Gates off of it. Which I don't think was holy. Yeah, I noticed it right here when I was like this. You can see that pot over there, and I was like, wait a minute. And then looking at the map, you can see like, we have to take this route to get there. Because you have to go all the way around and down to get into... Oh. Dazzle me nuts. Alright. In case.
It must have been the sound of rubble or some such falling. There's no life here. Not anymore. Well, save this lone flower. Do you remember that town we passed on our journey here? I suggest we visit it on our way home. If the princess or anyone else survived, mayhaps someone there might know.
Hi.
Hello.
High east to the shrine. Find her.
Well, that clearly was not the king. Whoever it was, it would seem they have other plans for us. A shrine to the east, was it? It is the rummest thing, though. I am certain I have heard that voice before. I just cannot place it. But what I do know is that our quest is not done yet. Eastwards we go. Oh, well, if you are sure. To Moonhan, then? Anyhow, let us take our leave. I would fain be gone from this mournful place.
I feel awful! Like, I've been, in the last stream, we'd been saying no to everybody on, like, the But Thou Musts, and, like, we got that one with Matilda, and then here we were like, it's like, oh, we should head east, you know, and then we get, oh, I mean, okay, I guess. Alright, let's, before we leave, we obviously have to come down here. Hello. Full moon ring. Alright. That's our immunity to paralysis. Okay. Okay. Can we even wear that? No. Okay. Okay, well now we can walk out of here. I'm gonna take the long way and try to go south through that exit down there and then re-enter to the main courtyard. I just feel bad where just like Carl's like, oh, okay, I guess. I thought it was a good idea to listen to the flower, but if you want to go, like, not do that, that's okay too. So yeah, the idea here is that mayhaps? Nope. Okay. But we do get an eye over here, so go back in. We did see that over this way there's a goodie. Look at this like target range of like the sentry up in this tree. That's also something. Nice. Okay. We have these targets that have been sizzed or fizzed or cracked. Ha! And here, another goodie. Some more holy water. A barrel. Antidotes. Pile of armors is really nice with our whips. We just kind of get to take care of them pretty cleanly. We have enough power that even the third one with the reduced damage takes lethal from it. Ah, Carl 13. Whew, okay. 15 HP for Carl is a big jump. Also, huh. That's the whole group sweep. Okay. That's nice to have. Okay. Yeah, good level. Okay, let's get ourselves out of the muck here. And we are going to head to this shrine in the east. Like I said, I'm going to leave the southern area and this shrine over here off for the moment. Skeletons. The skeletons up here. Okay. We're gonna stay. I think this is where the boomerang is best, actually. Yeah. We'll get this fight in 2 turns instead of 3. Slayer should also have a level coming soon. Okay. I wonder if the ant is actually the killer here. Maybe. Okay. Goody up north. I'm gonna quick check. Alright. Okay, the boomerang's fine to keep on as normal. Like, even against the group, that's enough damage to knock out skeletons. Alright, what do we have here out in the middle of the field? Scale shield, iron lance. A larger warrior fell over here with a less powerful beginner Link. I will sometimes just say Link because of Twin Link from Final Fantasy V not having the character to be able to fit Lance in the name. That's like gotta have a thing in it, right? Like if I go up and around here, that like looks like a place that would have a little spot to check out. So we'll go quick check north a little bit more here. Bonk. I love boomerang on like one enemy like that where it flies all the way across. It's like a okay. Okay, we'll have to heal up here. Bonk. Powerful skeletons. Always a good cleanse day. No? Okay, let's just see an item over there, though. Okay. Baboon is assessing the situation. Remember when we got here in Caravan Hearts and just got beat up by apes? That is still a feature of the area. Alright, Slyo 13. 15 health and another 8 strength. That's pretty good. Hawkeye Claw. What are you? A strike that's undodgeable, unblockable, unstoppable, even when the user is bedazzled. Huh. That's a really strong thing to have access to, Slyo. Like, I think that means we hit a metal slime for 1? I guess we'll see when we encounter a metal slime, but that definitely sounds like a metal slime hitter, if nothing else. Nice. It's hard. Just can't miss. Being able to not miss also on like not just on Bedazzle, but on like anything. It is nice to have options available to us on our character who's basically going to be physically attacking in all cases, right? Like, this cloud is very dodgy. This cloud is very dead. Alright, goodies over here. Slyo snack. Let's keep eating them. +1 defense, good. How many Slyo snacks has Slyo had today? I think, like... Slyo has already had, like, 30 Slyo snacks over the course of 2 streams. Maybe more. We get so many free snacks to eat. It's very good. Alright. So here's the shrine. Well, first we have to bother the skeletons outside the shrine. Or the skeletons have to bother us. One way or the other, there's skeletons happening outside the shrine. Hmm. 30 slimes. Well. Saw a blog post scoring Soulsborne poison swamps. Oh, hey. 500 bucks. Alright, let's quick... As we leave, we're gonna quick check south here. Yeah, this is what I wanted to check, right here. Because it's unlikely we'll make this trip a second time. Like, without a reason. And so... A-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum! So Moonbrooke is a swamp because it was, like, attacked and blasted as a town. It's like Rosmere, like, pushing away the evil that was trying to take the relic? Perhaps? Like, the shrine is becoming a swamp, but, like, the power of the mirror is revealing the true nature of the land slightly around it. We got 11? 11, alright. So... Carl wants us to stop over in, Moonhan. Now, if we talk to folks in town, we've already been told what's changed or what's new in town for us to go look at. Where's our friend? Yeah, we know that, like, the mirror... I wonder if it tells us that. Yeah, a prized piece of glass that shows a person's true self. Yeah. It's funny, we have a little exclamation point over dog, but we've played 2 before. Oh!
Where am I? Cousin Middenhall? Cousin Cannock?
Princess! Praise the Almighty!
But why are you... And why am I...
Well, Moonbrooke was attacked, and...
But of course, countless fiends have set upon the castle. Father needs my help. Quickly, cousins, we must hie to Moonbrooke's defense. Wherefore do you tarry so?
We are but recently returned from the castle, or what remains of it. We found no survivors.
This cannot be. Oh, my apologies. I seem quite unable to stand.
There is nothing to apologize for. You have been through so much. You must rest. Come, we will carry you.
I know not how to thank you. I feel much more myself now.
And full glad am I to hear it. May I suggest we rest here for the night before making for Middenhall in the morning? You can stay there in safety till all this is over.
No, I will not. I will not rest until Hargon is dead.
Hargon? The name feels somewhat familiar. Yes. He was the villain behind the sacking of Renderak, was he not? You mean to say that he was behind the attack on...
I do. Moonbrooke fell by his hand. I shall be ever grateful to you for restoring me to my senses. But I did not survive to be locked away in a gilded cage. Besides, neither Cannock nor Middenhall will ever be truly safe while the High Priest yet lives. This is why I must have his head.
It is as you say, Princess. Nowhere is safe anymore. No matter how our fathers fortify our kingdoms against these fiends, we should always be living in fear. And I, for one, balk at it. Don't you, cuz? Your cause is ours, Princess. Together we shall restore peace to this fair realm. True peace.
It pleases me immeasurably to hear it.
And yet, I ask that you allow us to return to Cannock and Middenhall first. Our fathers bade us report what we discovered here, and I would not disappoint them.
Yes, of course. If I might ask something of you in turn, I would visit Moonbrooke Castle. I must needs see the aftermath with mine own eyes.
All that remains there is death, milady. We would not have you suffer the sight.
I thank you for your consideration. Yet suffer it I must, if I am to ever overcome it.
I understand. For now, I think it best we all get some rest while we can. We have much to do on the morrow. Psst, wake up. Sorry, I know you are tired, but there is a matter of much import I would discuss with you. Would you step outside with me a while?
I love getting little additional stuff. That scene was very good. Getting to have, like, yeah, we restored Peri, and she immediately is like, you know, it's been a week. She doesn't realize it's been a week. It's like, oh God, I need to go help my dad now. And finding out that, like, the way that she, like, is like, oh wow, I don't think I can stand anymore. And then going from that to, yeah, no, I will not be locked in a gilded cage. There is nowhere that's safe. I'm going to kill Hargon myself. And you're coming, if you're coming with me or not. We're like, nah, your cause is our cause, cuz. Like, it's good. I like that. If I keep thinking no, we're going to end up getting half the world. Yeah, no, like, that immediately is a very good, like, like, direct characterization for Peri, who wants to see her kingdom, even if it hurts to do so. And is kind of our driving force to be like, no, we're not just gonna go, like, fortify our kingdoms. We're going out there. All right, let's go talk to Carl and see what Carl's up to. Because Carl wanted to have a chat on his own.
My apologies. I did not want to risk the princess overhearing us. I have been thinking. We are all three of us descended from the hero of legend, are we not? And come the morrow, we embark upon a quest to end the ambitions of the fiendish High Priest Hargon. At first I deemed it destiny. We three scions of Erdrick striving together for the same cause. Yet the more I thought upon it, the more my doubts grew. As the matter stands, we do not fight for the same cause she does. You and I fight to protect those we cherish, but she has already lost them. The princess fights to exorcise the grief and anger that cloud her heart. We may never be able to soothe the princess's pain, nor replace her family. But perhaps we can offer her another. Though I must say I doubt she will ever think of me as family when I am constantly calling her princess. Do you think she would bristle if I called her sweet cuz? Perhaps it is a little too familiar. Ah, cousin, then. Or perhaps simply by her name. On that matter, do tell me should I say something foolish. I can be an awful blunderer at times. Perhaps even most times. Thank you, cousin. We two make a fine team, and so shall we three.
That's so incredibly cute. Like, you know, we've talked about Carl as described as feather-headed and flighty, but like oh okay, no, like, oh God, I'm overthinking it, but like he has his own doubts, but he's like, no, we have to be there for Peri. And then, like, Peri kind of listening. That's so cute. That's a really cute scene. He's dropping on your cousins, conspiring out of best
Three paths lie before us. One to Cannock, one to Middenhall, and one to Moonbrooke Castle. We must walk all three, but not necessarily in that order.
Quite. Let us take our leave.
Hey, and Peri's here. And, like, the little fist bump that, like, Slyo and Carl have, like, they are, like, our little bit of journeying already has them connect. It's very cool. It's very cute.
Just a moment. If we are to travel together, then I see little need to stand on ceremony. Pray, call me cousin. Or, if you would rather, sweet cuz.
Did you hear that? I was right all along. It is destiny.
That might be the cutest thing. Yeah. Cousin Peri joined the party. That's so cool. That's so good. Oh, and okay. I'm already like, oh god, that whole sequence alone is like price of entry for our characterization. I talked about it earlier where it's like, yeah, we have our kind of threadbare informed bits from 2 over the years, but like, this adds so much. Alright, what do you have? Heal, mid-heal, zoom, evac, holy protection, whoosh. Dazzle and snooze. What do you... And also that Moonbrooke icon. What do you have for abilities? Oh, wow, okay. That... We get to keep the dog side of things. She got that dog in her, yeah. That was another part of, like, you would... you would definitely see the fan art of Peri here with dog ears. But, like, yeah, she escaped as a dog. We also now have nose for treasure, huh? Well... let me put that on a... what's the shortcut commands? Give me... nose... dig. Yeah. Peri pulls out a spade and starts digging in the middle of the inn. That's a fun... That's both a, like, fun, like, bit of, like, ah, yes, of course, like, you know, dog Peri, but also, like, gets us a couple things that we wouldn't have a spot for, basically. Three treasures still around. Oh god. Oh no, I've been hyper cursed. How many tickets? Okay. Speaking of that, Peri. Peri can wield a scale shield. That's great. I'm also just really in love with, like, the idea of, like, our sort of bright-eyed Carl who, like, really wants to be there for Peri who's lost so much, and like, the immediate understanding that this family has. It's great. Okay, dancer's costume it is. Wait, hold on. Dancer's costume it isn't. I think this is illegal. Cat mode. Okay. Oh, I don't have to worry about this. We have the island in the center and such. Okay. I'm sitting here like, oh god, but no, like we don't have key. Peri, can you wield the poison moth knife? Holy Lance you can wield too. Okay. Holy Lance is a really nice one. Let's give you both of these in your pocket. I hope that, like, I assume you mean, like, characterization sticks, like, in other, like, crossover outside things. I hope all of it. I hope we get, like, that just rolls into it, you know? I think I need to go buy a couple. Wait, no, I don't need to. I have Zoom now. All right, let's go Moonbrooke last. I think we go in order of Kingdom. We have mid-heal to start too. Dang, that's nice. Oh. Good. A much brighter, you know, travel theme. Pull from, like, roughly jobs. Yeah, warrior, armamentalist, sage. I think cleric on Peri specifically, because we have whoosh. But, like, we definitely have a few more spells than a cleric would, right? And also better, like, weaponry. Yeah. Looking at, like, Peri wielding that? Like, look at that. That's great. Yeah, we'll have to see what she ends up getting here. I know obviously what she has in 2, but like it's very clear we have adjustments over time, so I don't know. Ooh, check that out. Steel broadsword for 500 less than you usually see steel broadsword for? Iron armor is pretty big. That's a hefty upgrade. Do we want to go... Iron armor on Carl? I like that. If we find a second, Slyo can have it, and that's most of our cash right now. Oh, speaking of, hold on, I gotta equip Peri. You can have the full moon ring at the minimum. Alright, we gotta go talk to Dad. Quick save while we're thinking about it. God, what a cool, like... I'm so excited for more travels and more scenes with our squad now. I want to see... I want to see them succeed on their journey, but also grow and like... get to you know, like, we get to become a true squad. Family on a mission of revenge. Give us a... I know. More youthful. We look more joyful when we're hanging out with our cousins. That's good. Alright.
Princess of Moonbrooke, it is truly a relief to see thee well. Thou hast done me right proud in seeing the princess safely back to us, my son. And you, young Canuck, thy father sent tidings of thine own heroism. I thank thee for resolving to accompany my son on his travels. I do not doubt that he is greatly emboldened by thy company.
Alas, Moonbrooke is...
emboldened.
I see. So Hargon is indeed abroad once more. We must give thanks at least that thou wert delivered safely unto Middenhall, Princess. Thou hast suffered much, but thou wilt suffer no longer while I yet live. Pray, remain here in the castle, that no further danger might befall thee.
Thou hast my thanks, Majesty. And yet I cannot accept this kindness. I am resolved to journey with my cousins, to see that Hargon pays for his crimes.
Thou art. We know not even where Hargon is to be found, and yet you would seek him out wheresoever he may be and slay him.
We would, and we will not be swayed. We will fight to the last to see that none of the other realms suffers the fate that befell Moonbrooke. For we are the descendants of mighty Erdrick, and this is our duty.
Indeed it is, and I applaud your recognition of it. Why, I'm halfway inclined to accompany you myself.
And yet thou must needs remain here and guard thy realm. We understand, Majesty. None can know when the Horde might strike again.
You speak the truth, of course. My duty lieth here in Middenhall. The duty of ridding us of foul Hargon and returning peace to this world must fall to you, young heroes. I await your triumphant return. Thou wilt prevail, my son. Thou must. This should prove, should such proof ever be required, that thou art of the royal line of Middenhall. May it aid thee in thy quest.
That was also cute. Like with us, Peri is like, no, absolutely not. I'm not going to be, again, put in a gilded cage. We're going and we're killing Hargon. And like, here it's like, she's grown up in the formalities of royalty, and she knows just how to put the foot down in the correct way here. And Dad just being like, damn, I really want to be out there. Like, the version of this game where you recruit every family member, no matter how distant, and end up with like a 30-person party. Hargon just loses because you can't beat the action economy of 24v1. And yeah, our brother here. Yeah, the Scions of Erdrick pile on. Like, we know from Builders how, like, that family, the family of Erdrick, the line of Erdrick, has its different wings. Obviously, we see that here, the different wings of this family. All right, well, that's Middenhall. Let's head over to Canuck. If we go to Canuck, can we talk Matilda into the party too? I don't think we can talk Matilda in. We don't need to talk Matilda in. We need to we need to talk everyone else in. We need to... we need to acquire a small child. We'll have Tina join the party. I also just adore like the shift in like, you know, the music shift and like the you know, the journey feels a little brighter now that we've gotten the squad. I wasn't ready for an Awooo. I was so not prepared for an Awooo. Alright, we got 350 gold. We're fine. That's so cute. Yeah, I can get you another Awooo here. Hold on. Do you think she was like this before she got transformed? The dad's spell of turn to dog and then get you out of there could definitely have been the, like, not turn to dog, but like the animal that lives in your heart. The way the CC Connect interview that I think of comes up a lot. At least I think that's the company I'm thinking of. What a good Awooo. Ooh. But a rabbit tail. Well, I mean, either that or Peri is a blue mage. That also could be true. Okay. And now things are more known. It's not a hidden fact that Moonbrooke has fallen anymore. What a good... Oh my god, I'm just loving the additions here. A woo out of 10, right? Like... Alright, so up to Cannock. Oh, I already know what the treasure here is, right? Wait, no, it's out here, not in the castle. I was gonna say the treasure in the castle we didn't get, but... The threat of Wildsider later, yeah. Yeah, they are good skills, but no, it is following the, like I talked about earlier, the little bit of characterization of Moonbrooke having, you know, being a dog for a while that is a piece of, you know, greater canon, I'd say. But, like, we keep that. Yeah, she has dog skills because she was dog. I think that's also very cute. Got both of these. Where else would a thing be? Wildside on a spellcaster would be pretty dang good. We don't have Snoop. So, like, I know how many treasures are on the page, but I don't know, like... I like that shops are being updated. That's cool. Like, Chain Whip buyable? Cloak of Evasion. Ooh. Ooh. Peri Cloak. Carl Cloak. Carl Cloak? Peri and Carl Cloak? Hmm. Alright. Hey, Matilda. Yeah, and this we know there's one treasure because there's this treasure. Ah, okay. As we've been gone, she's been even deeper in the training. Yeah, we'll check on the way out how many cloaks I want to buy. We've got a lot of junk to sell.
Princess, full glad am I to see thee whole and hale. But what of thy father?
Alas, I alone escaped the assault on Moonbrooke.
It cannot be. It simply cannot be. Mighty Moonbrooke.
We can only imagine what thou hast suffered, dear child. If there is aught we might do.
You are kind indeed. All of you.
So, where next? Journeyest thou to Middenhall?
The three of you alone mean to take on foul Hargon?
Better that than to live in fear. To live in a world governed by fear.
Valiant words indeed, my son. But this is not a fight that may be walked away from with mere cuts and bruises. Knowing this, thou would still venture forth to face him? Truly, the blood of mighty Erdrick doth flow through thy veins.
Watch over these lands in my absence, father. Over Cannock itself. Over Gwaelin's Gate. Over the lakes and the lands beyond. We know not when the fiends might strike again.
Fear not, my son. Though I grew complacent in the face of such long-lasting peace, I suffer that affliction no longer. Cannock's defenses will be redoubled. Thou needest not worry on that score.
Ah, one more thing before we depart. The monsters we encountered spoke of sigils. It seems they seek them out. Know you of what they might be?
Sigils? Did they mean perhaps the 5 great symbols of power made so long ago by mighty Erdrick?
I have heard tell of these. Though they seem to the naked eye as mere stones, they impart great power upon those who wield them. Power destructive and redemptive both.
But why should the monsters be at such pains to acquire them? Do they covet that self-same power, perhaps?
We can only guess. As to the fiend's motive, and alas, as to the whereabouts of the sigils. For it is not known where or in whose keeping mighty Erdrick left them.
But wheresoever they may be, they cannot be suffered to fall into the hands of those who would use them for evil. And if Hargon's minions do indeed mean to make them their own,
Then in seeking them out, perhaps Hargon too might be found.
Perhaps indeed. We shall endeavor to discover all that might be known about them.
One last thing before thou departest. This will make proof of thy bloodline to any who might seek such proof.
Alright, another one of these. Clearly a like, event flag, basically, but...
Thank you, Father, Mother. Now, I must away to adventure.
May fortune follow thee, beloved son. And shouldst thou ever find thyself in need, do not hesitate to return to us here.
Oh. Sad Matilda there for just a second. We had already heard stories about the previous scions of Erdrick had trouble establishing the bloodline, and we are not having that happen. Yeah. Still don't have key. But no, again, it's very good with the way that, like, you know, Carl throws himself so deeply into this. Alright, we gotta... No. Well. At some point, we've gotta... How long until she sneaks out? I'm going to guess... So the next major bit we're going to be doing is getting a boat. Well, not quite getting a boat, like we have a couple towers to go through, right? If I show you, we have this tower down here, we have, which will, like, you know, we have this tower over here that gets us up here, and then we get to this town where we get a boat. And I feel like that, like the point where everything opens. That's my guess. Alright. We do have another castle to go visit, though. And this one is... This one's a sadder one. I think it's a really nice bit that we still keep the, like, silent protagonist bit, but there is a skill to a silent protagonist not being a blank protagonist. You know what I mean? I'll wait till we're after this.
Can this truly be the self-same throne?
Is aught the matter?
My father kept the mark of Moonbrooke here, the emblem of the crown, but it is gone.
What? You do not mean the monster stole it?
I cannot say for certain, though I can think of no other explanation.
Princess!
Chancellor! Guards! You are alive!
And so art thou! Oh, Highness, I thought that we had lost thee. Words cannot express how my heart soareth this moment.
The feeling is certainly mutual. 'Tis a miracle that you are unharmed.
No miracle, Highness. Only happenstance. When the fiends attacked, we were leagues northwest of here, making for Rippleport at thy royal father's behest. Were it not for this, we too would surely have...
Why Rippleport?
The town is a maritime gateway to the rest of the realm. His Majesty had hoped to expand our trade routes, and sent us to inquire about securing ships for said purpose.
This sounds precisely the sort of place we ought to visit. With a vessel of our own, we could hunt our quarry across the realm. Though I confess, I haven't the slightest inkling how one might go about securing a ship.
It shameth me to admit it, Highness, but neither do I. Alas, our journey to Rippleport ended at the Dragon's Horns.
The pair of towers on the road to the west, beyond the plains.
Indeed, Princess. A great stretch of water lieth betwixt the two. One far too wide to swim across. And, well, without a boat.
Blast! For a moment I thought our next destination was decided. To Rippleport, and thence to sail the seas in search of High Priest Hargon. But if we cannot even reach Rippleport, how are we to find him? Let alone slay him.
You mean to... Lo, Princess, thou art a beacon of hope for us all. Alas, so long as the strait remaineth unpassable...
Chancellor, forgive the intrusion, but dost thou recall the time His Majesty leapt from the highest tower of the castle?
Thou speakest of father.
Indeed. Our kingdom is home to a cloak known as the Windbreaker, said to allow its wearer to glide through the skies. One day, His Majesty decided to test the theory.
Aye, my lord. If thou rememberest, His Majesty came down leagues from the castle. And so I thought, if one were to leap from the top of the Dragon's Horns wearing the Windbreaker, one might yet reach the far bank.
An inspired proposal. Though, wherefore didst thou neglect to share this when we were by the towers?
For that we did not have the Windbreaker with us, my lord. And furthermore, for that I feared how an aerial voyage might bear upon thine aged frame.
Yes, well...
The princess and her companions, however, should have no such concerns.
We shall use this Windbreaker to soar across the strait to Rippleport, shall we not?
I understand your fears full well. It is a task most daunting.
There is naught to fear. My father mastered the Windbreaker, and I am certain we can follow his lead. We shall use this Windbreaker to soar across the strait to Rippleport, shall we not?
It feels like kind of sad that I just kind of decided to do this for Slyo here in 2, because like I feel like mentally it's like, oh, these three are all on the same wavelength, but like I keep having Slyo be like, oh, I don't know. But I mentioned that this was our next destination, and this is the game putting it into words, you know? In 2, you just explore and find these areas.
In that case, allow me to bequeath this unto thee, Princess. There lieth a tower to the southeast, known as the Pillar of the Winds. It houseth the Windbreaker that was once thy father's. This key will grant thee entrance.
Whoa! Ooh! Ooh! That's not just a key to the door. Okay. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, a key to let us in, but no, okay. But no, like, and not like without like, oh, just randomly go everywhere, but no, like talking to folks in towns and such and finding out about like, oh, you know, there's this legend of the tower in the Southwest that, you know, like it has this treasure. And you would have things that would indirectly lead you there. Next week, yeah.
Pray allow us to handle matters here in Moonbrooke, Highness. As for thine own journey, thou must follow the whispers of thy heart.
I shall, Chancellor. Come then, cousins, to the Pillar of the Winds.
I'm glad for the pesky padlocks. Alright, the Thieves' Key, for example, can supposedly unlock all red doors and treasure chests. As you may have noticed. It is nice that, like, I like that the Chancellor, you know, was our person who immediately was like, oh, you mean you intend to fight Hargon? I'm behind you 100%. Let's go grab the chest here. That's something we can do right now. 2 more treasures on this level. Also, we can fight some foes. The Iller Pillar. Yeah, Peri with that is ready to go. It's great. I'm super happy with like basically like the last hour of like little scenes we've gotten to have with everyone. It's been very good. I could Holy Water, but like these fights are fine for us to take, and like Peri is can use the experience. Huh. Weird. There's like an open space in the bottom right here. Yeah, thanks for joining, Masses. We'll be finishing up fairly quickly here. My plan is to quick grab, like, the treasure here, throw us back into, like, Moonhan, and then kind of rein things in so we can start next time with the World Tour. More copper swords. And perhaps the World Tour is us going and getting some more armor. We talked about possibility of the Cloak of Evasion. But we have a lot of places to go, so... Awooo. We gotta spend all our money on Awooo fines. Like, that's gonna get expensive. Okay. So yeah, down here there were multiple chests. Snooze stick. Okay. A group of enemies to sleep on use. Yeah, let's... Okay. Alright. As I said, Moonhan is going to be our this is our port for the moment. Though, is this key the one we need for this? Okay. Might as well do this while we're here. Okay. Somewhere out there in the world is a place where the Holy Spirit herself once came to Earth. I was gonna note it when it happened, but I didn't say it. When we talked, we were in Canog. Carl specifically exclaimed the Almighty, not Rubus. Just as a slight difference. We're like that is a different god, right? Like, and we do have the connection between 2 and 7 from Caravan Heart. So, D-Fizzle. What is? Well, all right. Like, I assume what that does, but let's double check in case it has some other secondary effects. Cure a single ally of Fizzle, allowing them to use magic again. Yeah, alright. What did it say on the tin? The double check is, of course, that sometimes those sorts of things have, like might cure more than just Fizzle. Okay. Well. I don't think we have any tickets, right? Yeah. Okay. That leaves us in a perfect spot. Again, we will be able to leave directly next time for our quest to go around the world and open many doors. I know there were 2 of the secret spots in the overworld that had chests we'll have to go grab, but then a whole bunch of things around the world that have doors for us to open. We'll have to make the first of, I think, like 2 or 3 3 world tours, Blue Key and Ultimate Key. Like, we've seen different color chests. So yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had a really fun time with us. I adore what we had today. I would like us finally having the full party and getting to have those little scenes. Carl, like, pulling us away to be like, hey, look, we got to be there for Peri, all right? We got to, like, what can we do? Like, it's such a cute, like, moment there. But yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining in. If you want to catch more, you can always follow us sooner live. You can subscribe to the Cool Skulls, Slimes, all that jazz. But if you're just here having a great time, A+, glad to have you here with all this. Upcoming stuff tomorrow is some more Magic. We'll be doing one more set of Hobbit. Then we'll be back to Big Walkin' on Thursdays after this week. And then Friday will be more Tales of Eternia. We will be finishing up effectively Disc 1. And I'll have some discussion about the anime as we get further into the game. That'll be our focus next week as we find Ifrit. And Sunday is return of myself and Vpriz streaming. We've been planning on getting this back up, but scheduling has been life, you know how it is. But the plan is to start up on the Mega Man Zero series. That'll be Sunday afternoons. I believe 4 Central is what we're aiming for. So, all sorts of things to watch. All of them get thrown on the VOD channel. And as I've talked about before, try to keep things once a week with the... Like, Magic gets 3 a week because those are standalone. You don't have to watch the 2 previous to watch the current draft. So, anyway, all that said, thank you all for joining. Love to have you here. Glad you're all here. Hope you had a great Wednesday. Alright. Good night, everybody.